Hello, welcome to the morning edition of MBC News, and you are with me, Evelis Chingambe. Stories making headlines. President Mutharika and First Lady Madam Gertrude Mutharika joined Christians and Muslims across the country and around the world in observing the start of the Lenten season and the holy month of Ramadan. Ministry of Finance says government highly values the private sector's contribution to national development. And in sports, Scorchers suffer a 2-0 defeat to host South Africa in their opening match of the Kosovo Women's Championship. Thank you for joining us, and now the news in detail. His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika and First Lady Madam Professor Gertrude Mutharika have joined millions of Christians in the country and around the world in observing the start of the Lenten season. Their Excellencies have said that this sacred period of 40 days is a time of profound reflection, inviting the faithful to walk in the footsteps of Christ through prayer, fasting and almsgiving. President Mutharika and Madam Professor Gertrude Mutharika have further reminded Christians that as they begin the journey, they should remember the power of humility and the importance of turning their hearts towards their neighbors in need. The President and the First Lady have therefore wished Christian brothers and sisters a holy and transformative Lent. May these days of introspection bring Christians closer to faith and prepare their hearts for the hope and joy of Easter. And President Arthur Peter Mutharika and First Lady Professor Gertrude Mutharika have also extended a heartfelt wishes to Muslims across the nation as they begin the holy month of Ramadan. Their Excellencies said the month of Ramadan is a time to strengthen faith, deepen compassion, and renew our commitment to peace and unity. They said Ramadan reminds us of the values of sacrifice, generosity, and solidarity. It is also a call to join hands as one people, regardless of background, to build our nation, Malawi, on the foundations of harmony, resilience, and shared progress. The first couple further stated that this blessed month bring spiritual fulfillment, strengthen bonds of community, and inspire us all to work together for a bright future. Still with the President, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika says he is deeply concerned that certain health personnel in public health facilities have been soliciting payments from patients as a condition of providing medical services. Professor Mutharika has stated this in the Executive Order No. 1 of 2026. The President is extremely concerned that other health personnel have been referring patients to their private clinics in order to access better medical treatment. Professor Mutharika has since condemned the conduct as unlawful, unethical, and wholly unacceptable. The President further says it is an affront to the patient's constitutional right to access health services. In order to safeguard the constitutional rights of all citizens and restore integrity in the health sector, President Mutharika has ordered that no employee of a government hospital or any other public health facility shall solicit, demand, or accept fees or monetary favors from patients as a condition for receiving health services. And any person found engaging in such malpractice shall be summarily dismissed from service and subjected to prosecution under the laws of Malawi. The President has further issued a restriction on private health interests, which says that no person employed by a public hospital or health facility shall own, operate, or hold shares in a private health clinic or pharmacy. The President has ordered that any employee currently holding such ownership or shares must divest within 30 days from the date of this executive order. For failure to comply shall result in dismissal and further legal action as appropriate. The Ministry of Health and Sanitation says it will put in place strict enforcement measures to ensure health personnel in public health facilities across the country comply to the executive order that President Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika has issued. Minister of Health and Sanitation Madalitso Aloye has made the remarks following the executive order which bars any government hospital employee from soliciting payments from patients as a condition for providing medical services.
We are going to ensure that this executive order is implemented. We will work with the relevant institutions, the police, the anti-corruption, the what, and we have also been given the power to fire on behalf of the president. So if that malpractice is found, at that point, that person is going to be fired. It's an executive order. And also we'll make sure that we put committees to look at who owns hospitals out there, and they have to be given letters, 30 days, to say, are they going to remain with the government or are they going to implement their own hospitals? So this will bring sanity. We are thanking the president because it will bring sanity. We cannot keep saying corruption has been there, therefore it has to be like that. We are putting a stop to this, and this government is saying we will not tolerate. This is the first time this has ever happened in Malawi, and we will take advantage. I will take advantage to end corruption in the Ministry of Health.
Health experts and members of the public have welcomed President Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika's executive order prohibiting the solicitation of payments from patients in public hospitals and barring public health officials from owning private clinics or pharmacies. The president warned that any officer who defies the directive will face dismissal and prosecution. Development experts have hailed President Peter Mutharika for his maiden State of the Nation address since his re-election into power in September last year. In his address titled The Path to Economic Recovery, Delivering a People-Centered Development, President Mutharika highlighted a number of issues which the development stakeholders have described as a direct solution to socio-economic ills which have been bothering Malawi for the past 5 years. Temba Male has compiled this report.
One of the development experts, a development communication lecturer at Malawi University of Business and Applied Sciences, Andrew Kaponya, has told MBC that Mutharika delivered a SONA which resonates with the situation Malawians have been passing through. He said Malawi has already started benefiting from the sound policies of President Mutharika.
The State of the Nation address has given Malawians hope. It has given a new lease of life to the economic and social landscape of this country. In fact, for a long time, Malawians have looked for a leadership that takes issues head on and seen to address them both in the short term, medium term, and long term. There are so many things that we can say that comes out from this SONA. But overall, I commend the state president that he has demonstrated that he is very serious about addressing issues that have affected Malawians for the past 5 years. So congratulations to the state president, congratulations to the ruling government.
Another development expert, Patrick Achitabwino, said economic and financial management measures spelled out in the SONA have resuscitated the economic life of Malawi, which was on its deathbed.
Apparently, I think in all fairness, His Excellency the President was very fair in as much as putting things in the appropriate context from where we're coming from and how is the situation on the ground at present, and also showcasing his dreams and probably where his government would want to take the development paradigm of the country. So we should actually be happy that he has been too quick, or rather too fast, to implement measures which may be in a position now to revitalize the economy, which had actually been going in the wrong direction. So in normal sense, in a nutshell, we should be in a position to say the president has highlighted and has actually showcased the direction in which the government, the country is going, all things being equal.
Both Kaponya and Achitabwino have also spoken highly of President Mutharika's commitment to raise the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, to 5 billion kwacha, saying it brings out the true meaning of decentralization. Temba Mwale, MPC News, Blantyre.
The CCAP Synod of Livingstonia, traditional leaders and other stakeholders in the northern region continue to help President Mutharika for including crucial development projects that will first lift the region in the State of the Nation address. Nkosi Jalavikuwa of Mzimba said the inclusion of Mombera University, Rumpi, Nyika, Ntalire Chidiba Road and the M1 project in the Sona shows that the President is determined to develop the country. We have a report.
Secretary for Mombera Chiefs Council Nkosi Jalavikuwa said the mentioning of Mombera University in the Sona will not only benefit the people from Zimba, but every person from Malawi and across the borders will tap knowledge from the institution once it is completed. Jalavikuwa hails President Mutharika for singling out a number of projects in the State of National address.
We are very, very happy as Zimba, because of the state of State President Professor Arthur Mutharika for resuming the construction of Mombera University. He has put it in plans for 2026-2027 national budget. In his Sona, he mentioned this. I think he is the one who started it, and we are not we are not surprised because we are the one who started it, and we know that this time is going to finish what we started. So, as Mzimba, we are very, very happy. Nkosi is very, very happy. The North is very happy.
General Secretary for Livingstonia Synod, Reverend William Tembo, commended President Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika for mentioning key health and infrastructure projects in the Sona.
We would like to commend the government for thinking about the people of the North for the provision of the dialysis machine. And this, let me mention, this is life to someone. There will be someone whose life will be saved. And that particular person, after being saved, will contribute to the development of our country. So we are saying thank you, State President, for the dialysis machine. The Bwengu-Nyika Ntalire Road, you cannot overemphasize the importance of this road. This road is very, very important.
Former Ambassador Green Ruwiro Mamondwe has described President Mutharika as a man who has come to restore Malawi's socio-economic challenges.
What he said about the socio-economic development of this country, within 4 or 5 months, things are happening and everyone knows that this is the way forward. All we need to do is to, the whole country, to rally behind him and do as he does. For example, the major issue that is bothering us Malawians is corruption.
Taking his turn, former Secretary General of the Synod of Livingstonia, Reverend Howard Matiankoma, said the projects outlined in the Sona have direct impact on ordinary Malawians, specifically in the areas of health, education, agriculture and infrastructure development.
Children can go to primary school, can attend secondary school with the government paying for their fees. That's a big step in the development of our country. I really appreciate and congratulate the President for this. Secondly, let me also talk on the 5 billion kwacha funds that will go into constituency. Each constituency, as it were. That is a lot of money. That is a lot of money, which will, if well used as the President intends it should be, will be a great development.
President Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika delivered his State of National address last Friday in Parliament. Hassan Piri, MBC News, Nzozo.
You're watching MBC News and you are with me, Evelis Chingambe. A reminder of the top stories. President Mutharika and the First Lady, Madame Gertrude Mutharika, joined Christians and Muslims across the country and around the world in observing the start of the Lenten season and the holy month of Ramadan. Ministry of Finance says government highly values the private sector's contribution to national development. And in sports, Scorchers suffer a 2-0 defeat to host South Africa in their opening match of the COSAFA Women's Championship. Welcome back. Some members of parliament say the Mutharika-led administration has restored order in the country as there are early signs of economic stability. Member of Parliament for Blantyre Central, Gerald Tasaugadala, made the remarks in Parliament in his contribution to the State of the Nation address delivered by President Mutharika last week, Friday. According to Tasaugadala, the economic stabilization is evidenced by a drop in prices of some key commodities. Olive Perry reports.
As members of Parliament continue the State of the Nation address delivered by President Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika last week, Member of Parliament for Blantyre Central, Gerald Tasaugadala, has hailed the President for delivering a State of the Nation address with a bold direction. According to Tasaugadala, the Mutharika-led administration did not inherit a functioning economy, but rather a nation in distress and economically weak. Tasaugadala says businesses were closing, there were no medicines in hospitals, and public resources were being looted. He says the current government is now restoring various things.
The SONA has addressed issues on the austerity measures that was not in the past. Has also given us hope for the stabilization of the economy in as far as the availability of forex is concerned, whereby the government will be able to procure medicines, will be able to procure fuel, so that the fuel availability is also the drive of the economy.
Member of Parliament for Zomwe City South, James Mpunga, has since described President Mutharika's SONA as a right path to economic recovery. In his contribution to the SONA, Mpunga states that fuel availability is enhancing economic activities in the country.
Economic zones are very important because these are economic hubs that will spur development and even manufacturing in those cities. So we have got 4 cities in Malawi, Zomwe being the oldest. As a parliamentarian for Zomwe City, I was saying, no, why is Zomwe left out? It's also very important that cities move together and as far as economic development is concerned. So I did say this last time when we met here. I'm also repeating this request that the government should consider seriously giving Zomwe City also a special economic zone for us also to diversify in terms of our economy.
Meanwhile, the House has adjourned to Thursday morning when members will continue debating the State of the Nation address. Olive Pili, MBC News, Lilongwe.
Government spokesperson Shadrack Namalomba says the nation will know government's direction in regards to investigations on the Chikangawa plane crash, which claimed the life of the Vice President, led Dr. Salos Chilima and 8 others before the end of this meeting of Parliament. Namalomba, who is also Minister of Information, Communication and Technology, said this in an interview with Embassy in reaction to some members' plea for thorough investigations into the plane crash.
The government of His Excellency Professor Arthur is seized of the matter and has taken keen interest in the matter, and that interest has never ceased. Continues to the extent that he directed that the Minister of Justice should review the files. Having reviewed the files, then he should advise government on what next steps must be taken. I am proud today to say that the review has been done. What we are waiting is the direction. And surely very soon, within the same house here, you will see developments taking place in that direction, where we are going to put to rest this matter once and for all. It is an emotive matter. It is a national matter. We want to know what actually happened. The families of those that lost their lives, we want to know. Relatives want to know. And the whole nation wants to know. So, Professor Arthur Peter is very keen. And all of us are very keen to make sure that we get to the truth, the bottom of this issue.
Minister of Finance, Economic Planning and Decentralization, Joseph Mwanamveka, says government values the partnership it continues to enjoy with commercial banks in the country. He said this when one of the commercial banks, EcoBank, donated 175 million kwacha to support the government of Malawi's humanitarian response to people affected by disasters. Mai Ntomotsi reports.
Minister of Finance, Economic Planning and Decentralization, Joseph Mwanamveka, said that through the support from the private sector, the government has been able to stabilize the food security situation in the country, particularly among people affected by disasters and those at risk of hunger. He commended EcoBank for the support.
I would want to register my appreciation not only to EcoBank, but also to the private sector and to the donors for the support they have given us. Because to raise 150 billion is not another thing. This is money coming from the private sector, money coming from the banks, money coming from the donors. I thought it is very important that we need to register as government, appreciate that. I think it's a good gesture. The private sector, the donors have shown that they will be with us, both in good and bad times. And this has helped us to also to alleviate the hunger that has been there. Let me say that we are also pleased that we have a lot of I think as I speak now, at least most of the Malawians have food. They're able to afford to have food on their table. And no one has suffering or died because of no food. We have not seen anybody taking kiteze or even nyika this year. You have not seen any queues in Nadimak depots because people are able to get the food. This is what our president wanted, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika. This is part of his manifesto. He wants to make sure that Malawians, as a priority, first of all, is food. Food is life. And we are happy that today, as we speak today, at least Malawians can afford to have food.
On his part, chairperson of the board of EcoBank, Simon Msefula, said the support was aimed at vulnerable communities, particularly those affected by disasters across the country.
EcoBank doesn't live in a void. EcoBank lives in a community. EcoBank is part of the community. What affects one member of the community affects the entire community. So EcoBank can't isolate itself from whatever is affecting the group that is around it, because quite a number of members of EcoBank itself do have relations that are also affected in those areas where there is distress.
The 175 million kwacha would support the Malawi government-led disaster and hunger relief efforts. Mai Mtumodzi, MBC News, Lilongwe.
Now in sports. The Malawi women's national football team, the Scorchers, have begun the COSAFA Women's Championship with a loss to host South Africa by 2-0. The Scorchers conceded both goals in the first half and provided no response. South Africa are level on 3 points with Angola, who beat Lesotho 3-1 in the opening match of the tournament. Malawi will face Lesotho on Saturday before meeting Angola next week. Only one team from the group will automatically qualify for the semi-finals. And well, that item also concludes this edition of MBC News. A recap of our top stories before we leave.
President Mutharika and the First Lady, Madame Gertrude Mutharika, joined Christians and Muslims across the country and around the world in observing the start of the Lenten season and the holy month of Ramadan. Ministry of Finance says government highly values the private sector's contribution to national development. And in sports, Scorchers suffer a 2-0 defeat to host South Africa in their opening match of the COSAFA Women's Championship.
For more news, visit Embassy Digital on Facebook, X and Instagram. You've been with me, Evelis Jingambe. Thanks for watching and